So there's this thing about modding your keyboard that is kind of interesting. It takes quite some time, it's a hassle sometimes, and might be too expensive, but it's fun to try. Maybe we'll check it out. There's this lubing, there's clipping, there's cutting of something, but we'll see. Today we'll check it out and see if it does make a difference, if it's worthwhile. So what's up and welcome to Tech DJ. Today we have the GK68XS keyboard to play with. I have another link down in the description below if you guys want to see my first impression of it. You can do this on any mechanical keyboard you have, though do take note that most off-the-shelf keyboards have the switches soldered on, and I have mine as a hot swap kit, so it's much easier for me to make these modifications. Fair warning though, this will void your warranty most likely. So let's remove the plate first. Next, we remove the stubs from the plate and we'll modify that first. So here's what the stubs look like. The first thing we do is we clip the bottom ends like so. It should look something like this. Next, we'll lube this. You can use any dielectric grease you can find on any hardware or online. What I did was to lube the sides of the part of the stubs we just clipped, and then I dipped the ends of the metal bars into the grease. Now what does this do? The clipping of the prongs or the bottom ends of the stubs usually removes the mushy feeling when typing on longer keys. Depends on the quality of the stubs you're using, clipping it might make a significant or negligible experience. The lubing part helps with reducing the rattles, and it helps with the smoothness you feel when pressing down on your keys. This one makes a more significant feeling compared to clipping in my opinion. Next step is to modify the switches. We'll be using this lube, a small brush, and this switch opener. Now just put the switch into the switch opener and press down on the middle gently. The top housing should just pop off, no problem. Now this process of switch improvement needs a lot of time, so patience will be a major factor here. If you're alright with the sound and feel of your switches, this one's optional, especially if you have to desolder your switches. The lube we're using is the Krytox 205G0, and the switch opener is a 3D printed opener I bought online. The switch we have today is the Aliaz 60 grams. This is a silent, tactile switch. It's already quiet by default, but I wanted to improve the typing experience. What I did was to brush the stem with the lube on the sides and back, being very careful avoiding the bump on the front to not lessen the tactility of the switch. And then I brushed the sides and the center of the bottom housing to try and lessen the scratchy feeling on the switch when typing. And then finally, I lubed the ends of the spring. Now these modifications depends on your preference on how much or how few you want to lube your switches. For me, I just like the smoothness without losing the tactility. After that's done, we'll just assemble the keyboard. We'll be using a cherry profile keycap set, the GMK Red Samurai. So this whole process took me about 3 to 5 hours to finish a set of 6 to 8 switches. That includes disassembly, lubing of the stabs and the switches, and then assembly. And now for a sound test. In my opinion, the sound and feel of the stabs didn't improve significantly. Maybe I could have used more lube for the stabs, but the typing feel of the Switch really improved. And from my perspective, the sound lessened as well. So was it worth it? In my opinion, it was. The process took too long, but personally I enjoyed doing it. Now it depends on your preferences on the Switch and stabs on what you want to do or how you do it. As usual, all the links are listed down below for you to check out. So that's it. Thanks for watching and please like and subscribe. Stay safe!